Alright, I hope you all doing well. This is gonna be a really quick video. I'm just gonna sum up everything that I watched in theater when they were in theater. Some of the movies that I caught on Netflix when they were streaming, and it's just movies that came out. I caught what I could. There's just only a couple of them, and I will make a separate video catching up every old movies that I watched and maybe rewatches and whatnot. So this is gonna be, everything is pretty much the same, but we'll make an additional video on top of that. So for March, luckily there's nothing on the stock list, so we're just gonna go straight to the streamer list. First off, we have Emma. It is an adaptation of another work by Jane Austen, and I thought it was really well shot, although the structure is a little bit flat, the shot structures and composition. There's really not much going on. Your eyes aren't really moving anywhere, but after a while I got numb and I just didn't care. Anna Taylor-Joy is great, and I think the runtime is just a little bit too long, and I really hope that they fleshed out this character Emma more, because after watching this movie I find myself asking myself, so who is this character? You know, who is Emma? We never really know, and we never really understand her. And also with a material like this, I think they really could take some risk, and one of the risks being they can break the fourth wall if they want. And I think that makes the story a lot more interesting, especially with the material and the cast like this. Really well shot, not a bad movie. I'm going to give Emma a B-. This is a wild game of... The Hunt was pushed back from last year, but there are a lot of controversies surrounding this movie, so I was kind of interested to see it. So what is the controversy? And because it came out around the time where the school shootings and around the country has been, you know, peaking. And looking at this movie, I kind of understand why, but at the same time, it's like, really, it's not that insane. What you have to know about this movie is that it's a political satire, and it's making fun of all these social, and it's making a social statement and making fun of them at the same time. It's like a political Saw and Hunger Games that's supposed to make you laugh, but it didn't make me laugh. So to close this off, I did not like this movie. A lot of people did, and it's kind of divisive, I would say. But I would say this though, if you're an artist and there's something that you want to say, do it artistically. I'm going to give The Hunt a C. Coming up, we have I Still Believe, which came out in IMAX and Dolby, which I don't understand why. It was really well shot. I watched it in Dolby. The colors look really good in Dolby. Yes, it is cheesy. There's a lot of guy singing and girl liking moments. The chemistry between these two characters, I found it a little bit thin. I think one of them are miscast. One of them, but the girl is very good in here, so I just gotta give it the guy. There's one, if one of them has to change, I would pick the guy. And there's a love triangle subplot introduced in the first half of the movie that would just never follow suit. There's this one scene towards the end, including a ginger. That scene was just, I think they went overboard with that scene. And you know the game of these Christian movies, right? But at least I can say I Still Believe is one of the better ones, at least. I'm going to give I Still Believe a C. I watched The Platform yesterday. I thought it was okay. A lot of people are liking it. I did not as much. I just didn't feel that claustrophobic vibe enough, and maybe I think it's probably the lens they choose and the blocking of these characters. They never really direct these actors to move around the space and have the audience have a good sense of, okay, what we're dealing with and what the space is. So it really feels like we're trapped in this place that we don't know how big or how small. You just get a sense of it. You just get an idea of it, but you never really understood it. I think the concept is really intriguing. I really like bottle movies. As you may know, I made a whole video about bottle movies, so The Platform is naturally gonna be up my alley. I just didn't think they did the best with the material. I don't think they landed that ending. I know what they're trying to go for, but it's probably just my taste. I think they're, you know, overkilling it with that ending. I get the message, and they're really trying to home in on that. So that was definitely a minus, but after all, I think it's okay. I'm going to give The Platform a B-. Last one on the streamer list, we have Horse Girl. I just watched it like 5 minutes ago. And of course, the first reaction was like, what the fuck did I just watch? Because it makes no sense. This is that type of movie, like what the fuck movie of the year that people are going to be talking about by the end of the year. And a lot of people are going to go and rewatch and find all these Easter eggs and have their own explanation and analysis videos are coming out. Putting that all those things aside, I think the dialogue can be a little bit better. It's just a little bit bland when you look at it. And the performance from Alison Brie is a great performance, and yeah, it's great. I still don't know how I feel about it because it's really confusing. I guess I just have to wait for the time to sink in and to really think about it and maybe rewatch it in the future. But for now, Horse Girl gets a inconclusive.
No.
Next one we have Onward. A lot of people liked it. I thought it was okay. It has some really good ideas here and there though. Of course the animation looks good. There's some good ideas. The leg and the drum thing. There's a sequence with the parking ticket with Guinevere the truck, and there's a final battle. It's a really fantastic ending. I think one of the better endings, one of the probably the best endings of Pixar's in a long time. But I guess from a filmmaking perspective, I think this movie is severely lacking of close-ups. There's a lot of scenes in which I thought the filmmakers should really give a close-up to really bring the audience in, and they never did. And the film, the composition structure is very centered, and I just wish they personify the legs and make us care a little bit more. Overall, I think it's okay. It's not my, it's probably not my top half. Get it? My top half of Pixar. I guess it's okay. I'm going to give Onward a B or a B minus if I'm really harsh on it. Last one on this list, and the last one of the video because we don't have must watch this month either, is The Way Back. So of course Ben Affleck was really good in this movie. There was a chunk of this movie where I was just lost. I was completely lost in the story, and I just forgot about time, which doesn't really happen that much. The film was mostly handheld for that realism vibe, and they captured that really well. There's a certain point in the movie where certain information is revealed and make you rethink the entire movie and start to rethink what decision this character has made, and it makes so much sense to make you feel about this character a little bit more. Some of the downside, I think, I just wish there had been more connections with the players because Ben Affleck's playing this coach and there's really no connection between him and the players. They didn't flesh out any of the players except for one, and that just barely touched on everyone around him as well. Him with the bartenders, maybe his friends, and there are a lot of things that I think they can flesh that a little bit more, but they just never did. But overall, I really enjoyed this movie. Ben Affleck was really good. It was really well shot. I'm going to give The Way Back a B. Thank you so much for watching. I'll come back with a March watch list quarantine edition. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.